Canada is often called one of the most welcoming countries in the world. But have you ever wondered why? What makes Canada so proud of its diversity? The answer lies in something very important, the Multiculturalism Act. This law helped shape Canada into the multicultural nation it is today. But how did it start, and why is it so important? Today, we'll explore the history of the Multiculturalism Act, its impact on Canada's identity, and how it continues to shape the country. Brought to you by Super Simple Sheets. From coast to coast, worksheets that work. Discover the full range of what we offer at supersimplesheets.com. Section 1. The birth of the Multiculturalism Act. The story of the Multiculturalism Act begins in the 1970s. Canada was already home to people from many different cultures, but not everyone felt their traditions were valued equally. At the time, there was growing tension between English and French speakers, with French Canadians worried about losing their language and culture. Meanwhile, people from other communities like Indigenous peoples, Asian immigrants, and Eastern Europeans felt overlooked too. In 1971, Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau introduced multiculturalism as an official policy. The idea was simple but powerful. All cultures in Canada should be respected and celebrated. Later, in 1988, the Multiculturalism Act was passed to make this policy a law. Canada became the first country in the world to officially adopt multiculturalism as a guiding principle, showing its commitment to equality and diversity. Section 2. What the Multiculturalism Act does. The Multiculturalism Act isn't just about nice words, it outlines real actions. The law ensures that everyone, no matter where they come from, has the right to preserve and share their culture. It encourages schools, workplaces, and communities to include and celebrate cultural diversity. For example, Canadian schools now teach students about different cultures and histories, including Indigenous perspectives, so that everyone's contributions are recognized. The Act also helps immigrants settle in Canada by funding programs for language classes and cultural events. This support makes it easier for newcomers to build a life in Canada while keeping their traditions alive. It's about more than just fitting in. It's about belonging and being valued. Section 3. How multiculturalism shapes Canada. Today, the Multiculturalism Act has made Canada a vibrant and diverse country. Nearly a quarter of the people in Canada today are immigrants, and Canadians speak more than 200 languages at home. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver are some of the most multicultural places in the world, with communities celebrating festivals like Diwali, Lunar New Year, Eid, and Hanukkah alongside Canada Day. Multiculturalism isn't just about food and festivals, though. It's about creating opportunities for everyone. For example, the Act has inspired policies that promote diversity in hiring, ensuring people from different backgrounds have a fair shot at jobs. It has also encouraged representation in government, art, and media. Think about the Canadian music scene, for instance. Artists like The Weeknd and Drake bring global attention to Canada while blending cultural influences into their music. Multiculturalism makes Canada stronger, more creative, and more connected to the world. Section 4. Challenges and the path forward. While the Multiculturalism Act has done a lot of good, it's not without challenges. Some critics argue that celebrating differences isn't enough if deeper problems like racism and inequality still exist. For example, Indigenous peoples in Canada continue to face discrimination and barriers, even though their cultures are a vital part of the country's identity. Others worry that too much focus on diversity might divide people instead of uniting them. These challenges show that multiculturalism is a journey, not a destination. It requires constant effort from individuals and governments to make sure that everyone truly feels included and respected. This means listening to each other, addressing inequalities, and continuing to learn about the many cultures that make Canada unique. Conclusion. Celebrating diversity, building unity. The Multiculturalism Act is more than just a law. It's a promise that Canada will always be a country where diversity is celebrated and protected. It reminds us that everyone's culture, language, and traditions matter, and that our differences make us stronger. But it also challenges us to keep working toward a better future, where no one is left behind. So, the next time you see a new festival in your community or hear a different language on the street, remember, you're witnessing the spirit of multiculturalism in action. That's what makes Canada so special, a place where every culture is part of the story. Thanks for watching. Simplify your teaching journey with super simple sheets. Across Canada, we're known for our ready-to-use, curriculum-aligned worksheets. Dive into our educational solutions at supersimplesheets.com. Super Simple Sheets. From coast to coast, worksheets that work.